That's it. That started.
Where exactly are you based?
Me, Stafford. I work from home. My work desk is actually behind me at the moment.
I'm at my work desk.
Yeah. Well, I have two.
I struggle with my work, my commute to work every day.
Yeah, mine's up the stairs. Yeah, mine's.
Even upstairs, we're in an apartment.
I have to climb the stairs and then climb back down again every day. Yes, they've gone and extended my contract now to 9th of June.
That's good. So you must have been doing something, right?
Yeah, I've had a terrible day today, so what Lester said, the better. It's just too busy. Right, now, I should be getting back to this. The last month I've been quiet because generally I was at work and my anxiety's been playing up, and it wasn't until about a week ago my brain started to work again, which is a good start. So we'll start with what happened last time, which was a few interesting things if I remember rightly. I think it started off with a shadow in the mirror, which I think you shadow in the mirror. Bob. That's it. You drew a picture of Bob, didn't you? And sort of disappeared, and the dagger, the shadow dagger, sort of was it piled into the room, just missing one of you. I think it was James. I think it missed.
I have ghost attraction apparently. They don't like me.
That's
I
it.
can't see them.
Oh, yes, that's it. And basically, Bob comes back and says, "You sort of get out the Bob that it was a soul knife." If I remember rightly, because they started writing on the writing in the air, and then I think you wandered off to meet the werewolves, didn't you, in the park?
Nice guys they are.
Yes, you met the Russians, if I remember rightly, and yeah, you made a deal with those guys that if they'll help you with dealing with what you called the black spiral dancers, if I remember rightly, and they checked the nature of Bob, and I think, if I remember rightly, they didn't find they concluded that Bob was not a spirit, if I remember rightly, but they peeked because you knew Bob was there. You met, where is it? They told you about Mr. Umbus, didn't they? About he has dealings with the werewolves. You met Antonio Ficini, who basically asked you what you were doing there, if I remember rightly. And I think you got a summons, didn't you, from a certain person in a club.
That sounds about right.
Yeah. Straight after that, and you sort of wandered off to the Succubus Club, which that's the one.
Yeah.
Of which she sort of asked you why you were talking to the werewolves, and during that meeting you witnessed some interesting events. One concerning the meeting of a very fat guy and Jackson. The fat guy you learnt was Ballard, and Jackson was the black guy, who basically stood face to face. Jackson accusing Ballard of being a dinosaur, and Ballard basically turning around and saying he better watch himself, sort of thing. And Portia said, well, it looks like little boys of the Venture have come out to play, if I remember rightly. And what was the other thing? Oh dear, you do sound bad.
I'm having a curry as well to try and
that's a good thing. Yeah. as you walk out, you meet Matthias and Edvard. Matthias is the guy with the crumply suit and long sword that no one ever seems to note, who's looking for Portendorfer and the Mad German, and Edvard is the guy that owns the theatre. You gather that the pair of them are actually of the same clan. They talk of the old country, but they don't actually tell you what clan they are. And I think there was not a lot else that happened after that. No. I don't think you had a... No, you didn't have an interview with anybody. You didn't talk to anybody else after that, did you? Did you? No, you didn't.
We had the meeting with the other werewolves.
Yes.
The actual, the werewolves that we originally met, we spoke to.
Yeah.
They put us onto the other group, and I kind of made a deal with them.
That's right. Those are the ones who did the Russian werewolves.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's all I can remember at the moment.
That's where we ended it because we were leaving the park.
I think we left it as in the end of the evening, so the end of the evening was quiet, so we can start again. There was another meeting, but why hadn't I marked it off? I do not know. Either it didn't happen, but so all the way through. So you've basically ended the evening. You've seen two. Was it? I think you've seen two. Was it? You figured out that two vampires are the same clan, and Ballard and Jackson are sort of, was it? Basically nose to nose to each other, and they absolutely hate each other. Yeah. So for that evening, you will get. James will get 3 experience points.
How many?
3. Philip will get 3.
Alright, at some point we're going to need to work out when we can spend them.
This is true.
Right.
I'll have to put an artificial break in to let you do that. 3 for Marie.
Thank you.
And Roland Ballot, because they weren't there, get 1 anyway. Because he said the rule is if you're not there, you're going to get XPs anyway.
Have you heard from them at all?
No. He's online, but I think he's still busy. And the role, I don't know what he does, but well, if they'll miss it, they can come back at some point. And what was it? So you're going to wake up the next day. You will all lose 1 blood point and gain 1 willpower if you've used any. And you
remember to use willpower because we seem to be getting it getting it back pretty quickly.
Well, you don't use it as a rule. It's just
right.
Well, no one's tried to dominate. Well, someone has tried to dominate you. You do know you can use willpower to overrule dominate.
Right.
And things like presence, but you've got to know it's occurring to know what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
And some are too powerful even to use willpower with. Right, so you wake up in your haven. I remember you're all in the same hotel room, which makes things interesting. And nothing on here. Right. And Marie wakes up with exactly the same, was it, nagging feeling from Bob. So, are you going to go back to the mirror, Marie? Or are you going to ignore it tonight?
What's the
Well, Marie's getting the nagging feeling that there's something in the room again.
in the room.
And the shadows in the mirror.
Could I wave at my mirror friend again?
You certainly can. As they step through the mirror.
They step through the mirror.
Yes, and you can all see this.
Okay.
Immediately, gun will come up.
I'm going to take several speedy steps backwards. I wasn't expecting my friend in the mirror to become my friend not in the mirror anymore.
And Bob doesn't look like Bob. She looks like a woman in her early 30s.
Okay.
European descent. Slightly plumped, slightly tan skin. Though it's a little too white, as in it looks like someone's got anemia and a tan. She has bright brown eyes and mouth. She is in old jeans, white t-shirt, and she sort of smiles.
I'm
Marie?
gonna keep smiling. I mean, I won't have stopped smiling at her. I'm just gonna be smiling, now scared, and backing away a little bit. Hi.
Yep. And those, for your own senses, she doesn't smell alive. There is no there is no heartbeat.
Okay. So she's a kindred, is what we're going with.
You'd assume so, but how many kindred do you know can just step through a mirror?
Okay, we'll go with kindred until we find out otherwise.
She sort of tilts her head at you in a very heavy Eastern European accent, says, "Why do you call me Bob?"
Well, I didn't know what you were called, and Bob is a really easy name to say.
She sort
What's
of
your
said,
name then?
"Hannah."
Huh?
Hannah. H-A...
Anna.
Hannah.
Nice to meet you.
I'll slowly put my gun, face my gun down so it's no longer pointing at her.
My name is Marie.
Nice to meet you, Marie. And she sort
Why
of...
have you been in my mirrors?
Well, I've been watching you for someone.
Well, I got that because you were in my mirror. And at this point, I'll start sort of, you know, the thing that little kids do when they're slightly nervous, when they kind of like hold their hands behind their back and start rocking a little bit on their feet. So I'm like trying to look cute, but I'm definitely slightly concerned that this person's been looking at me through various things and watching me.
Well,
Towards my feet whilst
that I
smiling.
don't know how you could see in the mirror.
Huh?
She's special.
She certainly is.
Why were you watching me though?
No, I was watching all of you.
Why were you watching all of us?
Because I'm doing it because I've been told to do so.
By who?
I can't tell you.
That's no fun.
It isn't meant to be fun, I can't tell you. It's a secret.
Can we play a guessing game to see if so you don't tell us, but you can say hot or cold if we're close? That way you're not telling us, you're not breaking the rule, we're just guessing.
She sort of sits there, chews her lips for a minute. Okay.
I mean, an obvious one is, are they kindred?
Hot.
Are they Camarilla?
Cold.
Are they Anarch?
Cold.
Are they... What's the other one called again?
Sabat.
Sabat?
I believe not. Cold.
I don't know what any of the others are.
Independent.
Yes, that's...
I've never
Warm.
come across an independent in all my years.
Warm.
it's almost more troublesome.
So are they independent?
Warm.
Okay.
That means there's some one of these other sub-factions I hear rumours about, but
Indeed.
Do they have nefarious intent for us?
Cold.
Do they wish us... Do they want to help us?
Cold.
Are they
basically
just
we're being watched on by old voyeurs.
I'm going to take a stab here and say that as new elements in town, They want to see which way we tip the balance of power.
Cold.
Well, cold.
Cold. Okay.
Are they watching us because of our interaction with certain other people?
Warm.
Okay. Is it because we're playing with the werewolves?
Cold.
Is it because we're playing with Malkavian?
Cold.
Hey, I'm.
Oh no, sorry, warm.
Is it the mage fellow that they've kept an eye on? The mage fellow who's following the Malkavian?
Hot.
There we go.
Spirit guy. So
does that mean you're
not...
working for? Are you working? But you're working for a kindred, but they're stealing mages. So
you're...
Tremere, is it?
I don't know what one of them are.
So wait.
Just,
so that
are you
independent?
Am I kindred?
Yeah.
She walks up to you and holds a hand against your face. It's cold. No.
No. Could be an ice princess.
Did she say no?
No. And
Are you dead?
Sad face, yes.
Are you ghosts?
A wraith.
Oh, I've never met one of you before.
I'm sorry for your passing.
So,
Yeah, I'm sorry.
yes, I understand.
Oh, cool. Never met a wraith in real life before.
But you're not exactly alive yourself.
That's true.
I do have something to tell you though.
Oh?
Mr. Portendorfer has some interest in you, Marie. He wants
Why?
He wants to drag you into the underworld.
I stopped that. He tried to do it already.
Hmm.
Why am I so interesting? It's not fair.
I don't know.
I want to be. I could be super boring. That'll make.
No, you
stop.
couldn't.
I could try. I could go to school, and
Well, during the day.
no, there's night schools. I could be homeschooled.
Night schools for adults.
Pretend to be an adult. I more than qualify as an adult if you look at my birth record. So.
She'll say, is she always like this?
No, you caught her on a good day.
Ah. There's also a story around here in the underworld that a Master Portendorfer took another vampire deep into the underworld. When they came back, they weren't the same.
Luckily, your Mr. Portendorfer failed to grab our Marie. Because otherwise he would be finding that he would have at least one very pissed off werewolf and a vampire. Exactly. Get some friends going after him.
Hmm.
I have friends in powerful places.
Hmm.
Ah.
I think I have to go.
Yes.
Is there anything we can do for you?
No.
Not for your master, for you.
No.
Okay.
And she steps back and sort of back into the mirror. And there's just a shadow left.
Well, I'm going to wave at the shadow. Bye! It was really nice to meet you!
Shadow sort of waves back fuzzily.
So I've got something in my notes here that says Portendorfer may take his revenge on us because we're leading his enemies to him. And, well, now we know why. How that's happening.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, you made the mistake of trying to take Marie.
Yeah.
Well, I'm your Marie. Yeah, you're so cute.
Oh dear, yes. Just a bit too dangerous, a bit more dangerous than most people. Just don't get in the wrong side of you or there won't be a lot left. And I think tonight you were going to go off somewhere, weren't you? Because you couldn't go last night.
Yeah.
So I think it was Aurora and a certain library you were going to check out.
Right.
Because last night, just as you were going to do it, someone summoned you.
We're getting a lot of that at the moment.
Not at the moment. So
Give it another day. It's like 2 days every 2 days we get summoned at the moment.
it could be, yes. So if you're going out there, it is some 40 odd miles. Should take you, considering the towns are never the fastest, it could take you up to about 50 minutes to get out there. So it's a fairly long journey out.
I love how small this world is nowadays. I mean, it used to take forever to get anywhere. I mean, now you can get to another city in less than an hour. That is so good.
Oh yeah, I think where I've mapped where Aurora is, Chicago itself is a sprawl, and Aurora is on the edge of the sprawl. Literally, Chicago it has a low population but a very large area, much like it.
It's a shithole.
Yeah. Well, if you go south, as it in the World of Darkness, if you're in the downtown, which is quite posh. If you go south, it goes a bit more grotty towards Gary.
That's because you're going towards Gary, which got absolutely shafted.
Yes, and that is, in this world, it's been absolutely shafted.
Everyone has been absolutely shafted.
I think so.
Oh yeah, and if you go north, you go to the Gold Coast and the slightly more posher part of Chicago. And if you go more north, you go to Milwaukee.
That feels like an oxymoron. The posher part of Chicago.
Posher part of Chicago.
Hey, it's not Detroit.
Ooh, that could be worse. True. So, how are you going to actually get there? Because you've been sort of planning to do it for a while. Ah, yep. And you do know you're going out into on the edge of the city, outside of the city. Are you quite prepared to do that?
Yeah, we're prepared to do that. I mean,
Silver load in your.
we've got someone who knows how to drive.
Yes.
Philip.
Yep. And do you have a road map?
What's one of those?
Oh, that's yeah.
Yeah. There are no sat navs.
To be fair.
We will acquire a road map as we fill up the car at the gas
Well,
station.
can't we get one of those Tim Tims?
No, not in 1998. You can't.
Tom Toms were around in '98.
No. No.
They were. That's what I said. The Tim Tims. Tom Tom.
Yeah. You yourself would be into maps, and you would understand those better than you would any. Considering you're exactly.
Tom Toms were around from the beginning of the '90s. That's why I remember.
Yes.
Because you're old, David.
Believe me, it would cost you an arm and a leg.
Yeah, it is more than my one resources can afford right now.
Yeah. Plus, they won't be easy
You
to.
can sell your car to get it.
Yep.
I have 3 resources. I could buy us a TomTom.
How the hell
Oh
are you
my-
the richest person in the group?
No.
Sorry, I'm a bad venture, guys. I'm
I'm starting to believe you're not actually a venturer. I think you're a venturer in disguise.
I'm a child grifter who's been grifting for north of 100 years.
Enough
To cut someone.
to was it invest here and there and everywhere.
All it takes is one good investment in a cool apple, like in a cool fruit company, and I'm good.
Exactly. It certainly is. Vampires can make a lot of money.
I've got premonitions. I mean,
Yes.
Oh yeah,
find
that'll
out
work.
Apples
That
are
work.
going to be good.
Yep. So yep, you can find the map. You'll find where Aurora is. It is west of Chicago. It's all opposite sides of the lake. It's fairly easy to get to, and the library will be marked on the map. This is a public building, so libraries are always marked for some reason. And I think even 1980, I think people are still using libraries. Just. Yep. And yet, strangely enough, the drive out will be fairly uneventful. And as you go out, it gets more, if I remember rightly, it doesn't really get rural as such, because I don't think any part of the estate gets rural as such. If it's anything like Wolverhampton and Birmingham here, it'll be mostly countryside mixed with houses and villages and towns. So it'd be, when I was looking at the map, there weren't that many green areas there. And you wander out, and you will easily find the library. It's in the centre of Aurora. I haven't got a picture of it, so I can't tell you what it looks like. It's just a standard brick building, no lights on, and there's a car park in front of it, so you can park your car there if you want to. Now it's up to you what you want to do.
Well, we're gonna have to find a way of breaking in. Get in.
We don't. Well, it's the wolf pack we're looking for, right?
Yep.
True. The wolf pack. I don't think they'd be actually in the library. I'm not sure if any of them can read.
There's I mean, if there's not a row of motorcycles out front, then that's probably a telltale that they're not here. But yeah, you're right. Maybe they're not actually at the library itself. They might be lurking nearby. So maybe we do a couple of.
Yep.
Maybe we do a couple of kind of circle the block, or the immediate environment, and I'm looking for parked motorcycles.
Strangely, there aren't any. There's parked cars. There's an odd motorcycle there, but they look. Was it standard big bikes, as in cruising sort of bikes? Are you actually going to go into the library, or are you just going to wander around the block?
You said it's shut, though, didn't you?
We haven't tried it yet, have you?
But the lights are off.
Yeah.
Let's give it a shot.
Yeah.
So yeah, we'll park in the parking lot and approach the front steps of the library.
Yep. You've tried the front doors; they're locked.
James, can you see anything in there?
I'll have a look through a window.
There seems to be a light on.
Okay. Any movement?
No, not far as you can see.
What about when I look in the dark with Eyes of the Beast?
No, you'll see nothing.
Okay.
That doesn't. No, you won't see anything. No.
Yeah, it just allows me to see in pitch black. Well, there's nothing there, but there is a light on, so there could be someone in there. We could knock.
Yep.
Yeah, it might just be a cleaner, but no harm in trying.
You knock. After about a few minutes, a guy in carrying a torch with a security uniform walks up and shouts for the door. What do you want? The library's closed.
I'm sorry to bother you after hours, but I was oh shit, what's a good lie, guys? I didn't come. Let's have a little, like a retcon huddle about what story we're gonna feed this guy.
Private investigators, we understood that there was a gang there in the local area, and we figured that a place like this with its own security might actually know more about the local area.
And if not, I left my teddy bear inside and I'm screaming. your two exhausted people who are just like, please, just let us in.
I'm just looking if there's anything you can actually do, but
I was thinking about doing the PI angle, but I think having Marie there screaming and crying is a much more convincing ruse.
you can't. I'm quite surprised. You mean no one?
I mean, it's like you guys. I just figured that's a good way to use it. Is I'm just a really spoiled, rotten child who left their favourite teddy bear, and I will not stop screaming until you get in there and get it.
Okay, so I will turn on awe, and
I didn't thought when someone was going to do it. Yeah.
and feed this guy. This line. Yeah. I'm sorry. My niece she left her teddy bear in here earlier today, and she is beside herself, as you can see. Is there any chance you could let us in and search where she was?
He's sort of umming and ahhing. I'm just checking what all will do.
If he's umming and ahhing, I will start screaming louder and throw myself on the floor. I will make as big a scene as it takes to get us inside.
Well, I can find it. Yep. Well, I can find what all does. Presence. LMNOP.
It's been quite a while. I can't remember if we need to put on the whatever it is to make us look
Flush
like
of
we're
life.
alive.
Yeah, I will.
Oh yeah,
have that on.
Flush of life. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's 1 point of blood that cost.
Yeah,
Right.
I'm gonna do that as well.
I think
Right.
there's a rule to turn it on, but it's kind of open-ended as to what it really does mechanically. Like
If you
predisposed towards me.
It does. If you roll a charisma and performance on the role-playing channel, we'll go and see what you get, because I know what the target is. Where are you, little bugger? There you are. Just do it on there. Just remember it's /R.
It's charisma
Plus performance.
I have no performance, but
You got a low charisma.
that'll work. All I need is one person.
That's it. You need one success.
Yep.
And I mean, surely my screaming would fluster him as well.
Yes, I think between the two of them, I just want to see how well he does. /R. So it's your charisma. So it's /R 3 or whatever. 3d10 or 2d10. I can never remember it.
Wow, you've got no performance.
He has.
No, I don't.
I think it's going to be easy. Aha! He does. He does it. Yes. Yeah. Between between you, Marie, sitting there screaming, and the fact that all of a sudden he's very amenable to you. The guard will open the door and he said, "Yeah, come in quickly. You can have a look around."
Thank you. Thanks so much.
Tell me when you want to go
I'm
out.
gonna immediately jump off the floor, scream, "Mr. Snuggles!" and run full pelt into the building.
Thank you.
No, he's going, no, he's very hesitant. Yeah, I'm just going to do a good service for someone. It always makes me feel better. He seems very in awe of Philip at the moment.
Yeah, so why don't you two go look? I will try to like screen for them and you know the sort of talk shop with the guy, since I
Yeah, you can have a nice chat with the guy. He'll tell you what you want to know, and you'll quickly find from him no one ever comes here in the evenings. It's usually fairly boring. And he hasn't seen anybody, hasn't let anybody in, as far as he knows. And he does wander around the building all night. And he doesn't sleep, of course.
Right.
Yeah. Other than that, and for the rest of you, where do you go in the building?
I have a suspicion I'm still trying to find where our midget has gone.
No. I was going to go in and go basically into the first rack of books and stand just outside the corridor's view. So it looks like I've run off to try and find it, but actually I'm right by the door.
Yep, you're having a search for the midget, as you quaintly put it.
I'll, as soon as I see him like about to pass me, I'm gonna jump out and go boom.
Yep, the midget or Marie was it jumps out and goes boom.
Marie.
What? I'm having fun.
Okay. We need to see what we can.
Yeah.
We're not gonna find him in there.
No. How well are you going to search the place? You're going to search it from top to bottom, or are you just going to do a cursory search of the whole place?
We've got a guard thing, so I don't want us to take too long.
So be it. Yep, you take about half an hour. You can wander around. There's of course locked offices, but most of it is books. There's a bookstore which seems to be empty. There's a basement. Did you check the basement?
Yes.
Definitely check the basement.
Yes, you go down to the basement.
Where all the bad things live. We check the basement.
Yeah. Well, it looks like any.
The basement, especially after it's closed. So let's go there.
It's rather boring. There's a utility thing. There's a repository for spare books, a storeroom, but there is definitely no signs of anything else using it to live.
Ugh, so it's not like a six-headed demon monster in the back corner.
Nope. There's no secret haven there. If anything, it just looks like a normal human building. Looks as you would have expected it to be.
Okay.
If they had been if they had been using it, they'd been very tidy.
Okay. So, how are we going to get out of this? We need to find some more information.
I mean, if we need to leave the building, I can then start crying because we can find my teddy, and that's it. No one's going to want to question that.
And these times there won't be any cameras anyway.
No, but it's more like the actual guard won't question the fact that I'm skipping out of the building without my teddy bear. If I come out being held and crying.
Yeah.
Have you not got a teddy bear in your bag?
I have a dolly in my bag.
That'll do.
Fine. We have to be nice because Mummy doesn't like being seen by strangers.
Yeah. Yep. And you walk out looking happier.
Yeah.
Clutching the doll.
Mummy.
Yeah. The guard says, "Oh, you found what you wanted. Just
we're good.
Just don't mention that I did this for you, okay?"
Of course not. Yeah, thank you so much again.
It's been a pleasure.
Likewise.
And I will talk to my doll as we walk past, and say thank you to the nice man.
He sort of
Get it to wave at him as we walk away.
he sort of looks a little embarrassed and a little as you walk out, as if as a guy that's never quite used to kids, sort of thing. And yes. No. Yeah. No.
I guess while they were doing that, I'll just kind of be like, so no trouble around here. No vandalism, kids, gangs, anything like that at night.
No, it's rather quiet. I know Chicago isn't.
Yeah.
It's not quite Chicago. It's a little bit quieter than the city. I rather like it because it's quieter. A lot less trouble out here. No gangs.
Sure, yeah.
And this is a nice cushy job. The worst I have to do was walk around with a torch.
Fight boredom, it sounds like.
Yes, but it's good pay.
Oh, well, thanks again.
No problem.
Good luck to you.
And you. He sort of waves and closes the door and locks it and then wanders off back to his room again.
Wow. That was kind of a bust.
David, you're on mute.
That definitely felt like a bust.
Yeah.
Either we got bad information or somebody.
Remember who gave it you?
Who told us about this?
Bad information.
If I remember rightly, it was a Nosferatu.
Yeah, it was the Nosferatu.
There's no reason for him to lie, was there?
Is the Archon or the Primogen?
Primogen.
There we go. I mean, maybe they got bad information?
I doubt that. I think we're going to have to kind of look a bit in the area.
Yeah.
Are you just checking? Are you checking all the way around? Are you checking the cars and everything?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Someone's sitting on your bonnet of your car.
And what?
Oh.
Who,
It's
what, why, when, how?
It's a man. Looks mortal.
Does it look like a familiar human shape?
Oh, it's human. And it sort of sits there.
Howdy.
And sort of smiles and says, well. It's so unusual to see leeches this far out, considering the cordon around the city. So just why the cordon around the city?
No, what was it? See who?
A leech. You're a leech after all. And so this gets off the bonnet. So, just what are you doing around here? And just why do I don't kill you?
We were looking for other leeches.
Looks round. The only leeches I see are you.
Well, then we'll be on our way then.
Are you sure?
Bad information.
And out of
Who
the...
are you?
None of your fucking business.
Well, you're sitting on our bonnet, so you kind of made it our business.
Oh, let's see. There's 1, 2, 3, 4 whistles, and from sort of out around the shadows around the car park, about another 10 people, of men and women, appear. Ah, that makes it a bit more fairer.
I see. I was always under the impression that you guys kind of wanted to do things your own way. Yeah, I understand pack mentality, but you know, this isn't the fight you want.
Be nice.
We're just passing through.
Oh, I do hope so. Though, how sporting we can make this for you. I haven't had a good hunt in ages. And he smiles. And walks away from the car towards the group.
get in the car.
What are the age ranges
Now.
of this group?
The most of them are, youngest is about, you would think, is 18.
Yeah.
To the oldest, which will be in his late 30s. They're all fairly young. And they're just now, as it's sort of watching you. And some of them are sort of lumbering up, as in starting to stretch, starting to, as it click their necks. With what, yeah, as
Hey,
it,
you
Yeah,
guys,
we're-
have any of you guys heard of Nick Fitzpatrick?
Nick Fitzpatrick.
Yes.
He looks at you. Only by reputation. Though he's a city boy.
You know his reputation, so make sure that you don't want to cause problems for people who are actually helping him.
Get in the car. Just get in the car.
I'm opening the door for Marie.
I'm climbing in.
They're now starting to, as it sort of limber up, move, sort of jog. As in there.
Wave at all the scary
Yeah.
people whilst I'm in the
Yeah, I'm firing up the car and getting out of here.
Where there were 10 people, there are now 10 wolves, and some of them were big.
Oh damn!
Okay.
And they're sort of doing what wolves do now. They're sort of now starting to sort of, you know how they start to hunt. They're sort of eyeing you up, and they're sort of watching you.
Oh yeah.
You got the silver loads in your revolver.
Yep.
All right. Your shotgun.
No, that's in the car.
The side. Yeah, never mind.
I'll get in the car. Let's go.
Just roll down the window and get ready to use that gun.
Yeah, sure.
Yep. And they watch the car go. How fast do you drive away?
Don't go too fast because you'll just make them actually chase us.
Right. No, I just everything so far has just been kind of like calmly but quickly.
Yeah.
And I don't gun it out of the parking lot, but I'm not being leisurely either.
No, yep, they do actually follow you out to the car park for a short while. Until they can't maintain a speed of 30 miles per hour.
And then when I start to see them falling behind, I'm gonna roll my window down and wave at them as they drive away. I won't say anything. I'm not gonna provoke them like that. I'm just
So
gonna
just
wave
rather
at
wave at them to provoke them.
Yeah, but I
Okay.
didn't say anything. I was just being friendly. It's not my fault they can't take a friendly.
Nope.
All right. Yeah, I'm just trying to get back on the freeway as fast as possible.
Yep. As you go, you will notice every few whiles that's people are sort of watching you going out, back in.
I'll tip my hat to them.
I'm just gonna wave at everybody. Very wavy mood tonight.
Yep. And you make it back into the safety of Chicago.
That could have been an interesting night.
It could have been very interesting if you had a fight with them.
Could have got
If
a
my
pet.
heart still beat, it would be racing right now.
I think you would have been working out. I wish I could dominate. I played werewolf and met a bloody a vampire would dominate. Bastard, dominate. And you stop. It's absolutely annoying. Yep. So What do you do when you get back into Chicago?
We need
Well,
to
the-
find
on
another
the-
way of finding
on
these assholes.
On the drive back, like, Philip's just kind of like, that fucking Nosferatu. We asked where the wolf pack was. He gave us a wolf pack, all right. It's not the one we were looking for. If he weren't probably 200 years older than me, I'd give him a fucking piece of my mind.
Yeah, but we like living, so we don't do that. Well, we like...
Oh, you're right.
You're certainly right.
It doesn't matter, it was only a Nosferatu. No one important.
Ooh, that would be interesting.
There are no Nosferatus in our group, so it's fine.
This is true.
I wonder if...
And Nosferatu.
Well, I know they're pretty tight-knit, but I wonder if we could go over his head. Archon Henkel seems to like us okay. We,
I don't know, I mean, Nosferatu are known for, like, being information dealers. And him giving us the kind of wrong information kind of does make them look, I don't know, a little bit bad.
But we could always make it known that he gave us bad information.
Hmm.
That way we're not having a go at him, but we could bemoan loudly together at the Elysium or something.
yeah, who are the local harpies? We could maybe feed them a little tidbit.
Just be like, oh, so irritating. We like almost got eaten by a wolf pack because he gave us.
Hey,
the
no,
wrong
Marie,
address.
stop. We've told you before, no speaking like these modern people.
The one thing
You
you...
speak properly. Elocution.
What do you mean?
I heard that tone of voice. I've seen that thing you watch on that TV thing, and I've seen that voice before. None of that. You will speak properly.
I don't know what you're talking about, dude.
You gotta speak proper.
I am speaking proper. I'm speaking proper.
Uh-oh. Where you
I
go...
feel like you're starting to take the Mickey.
Who's Mickey and why am I taking him?
You just now get the stare.
Where are you going into Chicago? You're going to drop the car off at the hotel again? You have still part of the evening to, wander around? Or are you going to lick your wounds?
Yeah, do we have any other leads right now?
Not really. We're kind of waiting on more information so we can help these things. I mean, I kind of want to go back to the house. You know, the one we were there before where we met the Malkavian. I just want to see if we can find any more information so we can help the other Malkavian to find his child up. I mean, I'd like to do that.
Yeah, you can certainly do that. You will have enough time the rest of the evening.
Yeah, I want to see if we can find any more clues that will help us find her. I mean,
Okay.
Another Malkavian under the watchful eyes of some sort of mage, you know. It almost feels like servitude, and I'm not a fan of that.
Well, speaking of Henkel, he asked about. I remember he asked about Marcello Giovanni. Don't they work with the dead?
I've not really had much dealing with them.
It is said they do work with the dead.
Do you think that's who sent a ghost after us?
I mean, if the rumors are correct about them, then that's our best lead.
That's a good point. And if he does, maybe he'll be able to help us with the information we want. I mean,
Well, maybe we could visit the. Well, if we could find the Archon, might kill two birds with one stone here.
well, I guess we'll have to go to the Elysium to try and find out someone who might be able to get us in contact with them. God, that means we're going to have to see Portia again. And I hit my head on the dashboard.
Are you going to go to the house first, or are you going to visit her?
We'll take the car just in case we get waylaid and have to go somewhere else, knowing our luck.
No, you can actually go to the house. It's actually the quickest. You get back. The doors, strangely, was it back to where it was altogether, as there was no evidence of it ever being broken into.
It means I picked that lock well.
Now the door was actually smashed in.
The door smashed in.
Yes, the Malkavian was less than subtle, was it, entering the building,
right.
if you remember rightly.
Okay, I picked the padlock on the outside, on the gate. That's what I did.
Oh yeah, that was, but the padlock's back.
Okay. Well, yeah, I made sure to lock on the way back out, but I assume I can get through it again.
Yeah, you've done it once. It's easy enough. And the door, as you said, you get to the door, and the door looks remarkably as if nothing's ever happened to it. If anything, it looks exactly the same as it used to be.
That is strange. Well, is it locked?
No, it's actually strangely unlocked. And you walk in. Do you go straight to the room you went before?
What's that?
Do you go to the same room with all the glyphs?
Oh, yeah, I guess that's probably where we start.
Yeah, a good place to start.
Yep. As you get near to the room, the glyphs are now in a passage on the outside.
That means she's been back inside drawing.
And much the same as you walk into the room, all the nice little pretty drawings that a certain young lady did have gone, and the glyphs are back to as they were. And there are unlit candles still around the room.
Wow, she's been busy.
Yeah.
Well, actually, if you look at the walls, there's no evidence that they've ever drawn on other than the original glyphs.
Fucking magic. That's all I'm going to have to say. That's all it has to be.
Yeah, and the glyphs are still the same. You'll see, again, you see the masks, was it wolves? I think there's swastikas. I think there was the other thing. I forgot what else was there. There's a whole load of things. Very good drawings of as if you look in the hall of good drawings of the was it Mad German, and was it? And you just recognise an image of Portendorfer on there too.
We need to kind of scour through this. Can we? Is there any chance of using something like investigation to go through these drawings to see if I can get some sort of clues about this person, or try and get an idea of where she might be on, like, locations that she visits based on the drawings?
You just roll your investigation, Niles.
Assume intelligence or wits, which would you prefer?
Wits, intelligence, but it's working out what it is.
It's 5D, just 5D10.
Yeah. Oh, I don't know. You've got one success. The only thing you can really glean from it is...
I forgot to say I was going to spend willpower.
Oh, no.
Oh well.
If you want to spend a willpower, you said...
Yeah, I will spend a willpower.
Yeah. From what you can glean is it from these, there's lots... It seems to be... there's things like how do you describe it? There's stars, there's as if there's images in scattered among of stars and other things, as if she's in some like outer space. If you look
observatory in
no, it's among those you can see these. You can see there's lots of images to do. You would think with the past, with the things with squash stickers. There's wolves. There's these masks, which was it? They're all strange masks, but it's as if she's. You start to sort of pick out the stars as if she's sort of drawing as if she's in outer space. And there are glyphs to do with mouth. There's a lot of stylized Markavian stuff on there. Some of it which is a little twisted.
I love it when it's twisted.
Oh yeah. Whoever she is, she's definitely a little twisted.
But there's nothing that could give us an idea where she could be.
No, just that you just get this feeling it's as if she's somewhere like it's somewhere like outer space.
You've got the map. Is there anywhere to do with space around here? I don't know. Is there a space museum? Is there a?
There's Alder's Planetarium on just on the shores of Lake Michigan. That's a good memory.
How convenient you remembered that.
It's only because I've used it before. That's why I know it's there. Yeah, that's the nearest
map. Is there any place that kind of fits that type of description, space and such?
No, the planetarium is the closest thing you're going to get.
Okay.
But only because the fact it has because it is a planetarium.
We can go and see this planetarium if you want.
Of course you don't. You don't know what one of those is, do you?
No, I've never been in one.
No, but that's
is it one of those places that has one of those fancy telescopes?
Yes.
Well, we'll put that on the list of places to check out. It's probably a little too late to do that tonight.
Yeah, probably.
We'd still be contending with a nighttime security guard again.
I mean, I could always lose a teddy again.
And
maybe we could hire a real venture who can get us in.
Be nice. You guys are supposed to be friends.
We are friends. That's the reason I can say that. It's kind of a down out if you luck venture. Eventually he'd be like one of those powerful venturers.
Could you all make a perception and alertness roll, please?
Huh?
Make a perception and alertness roll.
Wits plus alert.
all of us?
No, perception? Yeah, it is perception.
No, it's wits. Oh no, perception. Oh,
Yeah, it is.
Yeah,
You're perceiving.
Yeah.
You're perceiving something.
Storyteller right now.
You can actually use any combination, but no, it is perception.
That's what I would do.
It's as if you're paying attention or not. Oh, yeah. Yep. And I think at the moment, was it Marie's madness is sort of tweaking at the moment. Something's sort of driving a little scatty.
Okay. Do you still want me to roll?
No, I don't. I think these other guys also notice. Something is. It's like something's driving you nuts, as if using a form of damnation.
Being summoned anywhere?
No. If you look around, you'll notice there's a figure you can see through that's of the familiar person, as in the guy you saw with the other other vampires drawing on the things. And he's sort of watching you.
Watching her or us?
Watching you, yeah. It's watching a lot of you.
I'm gonna wave at them.
Sort of tilts his head at you.
I'm going to mirror them. Well, yeah, I'm going to mirror them in terms of the head tilt.
Puts his left hand out, left arm out, straight in front of him.
I put my right arm out. No, I put my left arm out. We're doing the hokey cokey, aren't we?
Puts the arm back.
I copy.
Takes one step forward.
I take one step back.
And he's gone. But you...
What do you mean he's gone?
Well, he's not in front of you, but you feel as if someone's behind you.
Oh, god damn it. I'm going to spin on my heels.
Yep, he's behind you.
3 rapid steps backwards.
Can we help
I'll take
you?
a step forward. So I'm kind of more bit interposing.
Just walk straight through you.
But physically, as in literally through me.
Literally through you. You feel something go through you. And suddenly he sort of kneels down and looks at Marie very closely. He seemed to be studying you.
I'm going to study him right back. He ruined my game of hokey cokey.
He seems to be the source of your madness, as in, as soon as he gets closer, he's like a beacon. Whatever he is, he feels like a Malkavian on steroids.
In the way that it feels like a kindred spirit, or in the way that it feels like a big bad scary black hole?
In the way it feels like utter, total madness. And I mean total.
I mean, that could be quite relaxing depending on your mood. I mean, I don't want to back away because as my back's away, he appeared behind me.
Yep.
I want to keep my eyes on him. So I'm just going to grin like a full Cheshire cat, ear to ear, all my teeth showing.
Including the fangs.
And stare at him, unblinking.
He smiles, and he smiles a big toothy grin, literally, with more sharp teeth you've seen in anything.
So he's part shark.
Yeah.
And I'm going to be like, ooh, sharky!
What?
I'm going to keep grinning though.
Marie, what are you doing?
Guys,
Having a grin off with my friends.
A grin off.
he turns and looks and walks straight up to, straight up to yourself, James, and stares at you closely.
Okay.
He slowly walks around you and studies you, looking you up and down.
I'm going to do something a little weird. So as he's circling me, I'm going to start turning in the opposite direction to him.
Yeah.
And then I'll say, how is it the dance goes, Marie? Don't we need a little bit of music?
Twinkle, twinkle, little star.
And I shall dance to Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star. See what happens.
And I will sing very often.
He smiles.
Small child.
I think, Philip follows the lead, awkwardly starts singing along. Also, as we already established, he has no performance. Also slightly off key, and just making awkward little, dance movements.
Yeah, he sort of comes a little bit more solid and says, and I didn't even have to do anything. I literally laughs.
Now that we have your attention.
And he sort of fades.
I was hoping you'd talk to us, but no.
It's fine because we gave him a funny show.
Yeah.
I think at the very least we prevented him from doing something worse to us.
Probably.
Mm-hmm.
When you get that crazy, the only way to solve it is to be crazier.
Mm-hmm.
Huh?
I think I've been hanging around with you far too much, Marie, because that actually makes sense.
You gotta out crazy the crazy.
Yep.
It's my philosophy in life. Out crazy the crazy.
Oh,
Yeah, he's
It's
just...
funny to watch them implode. Like if you're genuinely, if you come across somebody with like the weirdest, most insane beliefs, out crazy them.
Yes.
Somebody once told me, it was like, yeah, you know, if you come across somebody who's like, oh yeah, the moon landing was fake, you're like, wait, you believe in the moon?
Yep. I think...
Immediately their brain implodes.
Yep. I think you've just... I think you've almost out crazy the crazy.
Which is what you wanted?
Yep. I was...
Short circuit.
It seems to have gone anyway. Was it very amused with you?
Well, that was certainly one for us to never talk about again. Your singing was beautiful, Marie.
Thank you. Your dancing was even more pretty.
And we shall
forget,
never
what
talk
are
about it again.
did we look in the basement here? Did we find anything there?
I think if you remember rightly, you found, was it what would have been classed as havens? As in, there were rooms where the locks were inside, cells where the locks were inside the room, so they could be locked from the inside. And I think,
While we're here, I think we should just do a pass on
Yeah.
on the basement.
Maybe there's something in this building that's drawing her to here, and we can kind of see. Because obviously she's coming in and drawing stuff, but there might be something that actually brings her here.
I mean, the guy is like a black hole of crazy. We had, pause for a second, black holes had been discovered at this point, right? Because my knowledge of like this point
Oh, yeah.
is...
I think they were, or they were postulated.
Therefore.
They were postulated, I believe. As
Okay, so I could talk about black holes and it be something that isn't future speak.
no,
Absolutely.
yeah, but they're only postulated. I don't think they actually ever saw one until a lot later on.
If they're postulated, then they exist in the public consciousness as a
Yes.
possible option. So the concept of what a black hole is and does
Yep.
would make sense.
Totally lost on was it James, but that's
Yeah.
that's neither here nor there.
He's a black hole of craziness. What's that mean?
It's like a sinkhole of crazy.
So why didn't you just say that?
Right. Because a black hole is much bigger and much more scary. It
How
turns
bigger?
It's a space thing.
Oh, okay. I've lost interest already.
Yep. What are you going to do for the rest of the evening?
Well, as I said, we are going to search this place properly, like the rest of the building.
As in, if you go through it, the first thing you'll notice that anything that was important here has been removed. There was a room where there's lots of... would have been a room with lots of screws, as in stuff like TVs would have been on the wall. The door would have been, that is heavy duty. There would have been a few desks in there. You would postulate that this room was a sort of like security. As in, there's holes in the wall where cables would have gone.
What type of building was this?
It's a house.
No. Philip, why is there all of these holes in the wall?
That's a good question.
If you look at it,
Sorry, I was I was a little. Yeah. What do these things look like again?
if you look at the wall, there would be as if there's brackets to hold, as in two full holes in the wall. There would hold brackets, and you would have, if you've got security, haven't you? You would postulate that these had screens on the wall.
Oh, okay.
The door's heavy duty and can be locked from the inside. And it's not exactly where it's placed. It's placed out of the way. So it's not on the main part of the house. So it's a place where it's not trafficked. And the holes for the wall are definitely where cables would have gone.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
A security system, a panic room,
Yep.
maybe, or a secure haven.
Well, if you go around the house, you will notice that there are places where, how you say, things have been removed, as in cameras. There are camera mounts, but they would have been well hidden. And the house has literally been picked clean. There was, other than the writing on the wall, there is no bits and pieces left. The house is clean. When you go downstairs, each of the havens is clean. As in, these guys have meticulously removed any trace of who was here before.
Is there anything that might give us a clue what this place was used as?
It was
Just been absolutely been picked clean up other than that.
It's a house. It would have been used as a house. So upstairs, you would reckon there's bedrooms, there's bathrooms.
Yeah, but the normal houses don't have this many holes in the wall.
No.
They're obviously very security conscious, which
Paranoid.
makes sense for a haven.
One thing you know.
Are there multiple, like, kindred quote-unquote bedrooms? Like this was a communal haven?
I think there were about 6.
Wow, okay. Each individually locked from the inside?
Yep.
But all that takes is a coterie to be living together.
Sure. It's not very common. I mean, we're doing it, obviously, but...
We're not the norm.
But also, it could also be a
Right.
sire with their offspring.
Right. That's...
The term
That
is
is possible as well.
child.
Well, it could be a brood for multiples. You want to get
Maybe
technical?
they had quadruplets.
Yeah, it does.
Do you think this could have been like maybe where she was? No, because we've met her sire. So this doesn't have the feel of a Malkavian's house.
Why? It's too ordered.
Yeah.
It is.
Rude!
It is too ordered. And
Well,
if you look around the outside of the house, as such, there are no cameras as such around the outside. They're all pointing inwards.
Could it be some sort of someone keeping someone in?
yeah, like they're under observation. I wonder... I mean, the Malkavian connection makes me think like a psychiatric ward or something like that.
Aren't they bigger? They're normally hospitals.
Right, but this... maybe a makeshift private.
Isn't there supposed to be like an Inquisition-y thing happening with the kind? You know, lots of locked rooms, lots of security. Feels spooky.
Well, I would normally think that, yeah, all of the security would be just to keep a haven safe, but the fact that there's no external cameras is suggestive.
Because I know what happened.
Maybe we could find something in papers about this house, maybe, or something. Just find out some more history about this house.
You certainly can.
You can use that what do you call it? Fishing net thing.
Yeah, I can. That spider web that I built.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can do that.
Yep. I'll make a note. Actually,
I can use my spider web to do all the research.
spider web. Okay. Are you going back to your haven? Are you?
How late is it now?
It's getting fairly late. You would have enough time to get back, and was it go and wander out and do whatever you needed to do. There'll be some time if you. I assume the spider.
Doing a little bit of hunting.
Yeah, you can certainly get some hunting in before.
Yeah.
Before that. Right.
Awesome.
I'll just. You can get whoever hunts. You can get 2 points of blood back.
Perfect. That's all I need.
That doesn't even cover one evening for me.
I know.
Right. And the rest of the evening will go quietly. Nothing untowards will happen. And you go to sleep. You, unlike so my other group, you actually have a peaceful evening or peaceful day without dreams. That freaks my players out when I do that.
Yeah.
In the day you have dream. What? You lose 1 point of blood and you gain 1 point of willpower. Your favourite shadows in the mirror.
Again.
Oh, yes.
My shadow friend.
Waves back.
How are you doing?
Sort of does a thumbs up. And
Oh, thank you for thumbs up.
And if I remember rightly, you find a letter waiting on the table. I'll put this into role playing.
Oh boy.
Now, if I've got this right, yay! It's there. It is actually no. That's it, and that's what you find on the table. It's addressed to James and it's to Mr. Bell and Mr. Drake.
Oh, so not to me then?
No.
Rude.
Well, interesting.
You didn't at least address it to Thingy and family.
Okay.
Well, at
So he
least it
sent us on
wasn't a
a
summons.
goose chase. He sent us on a wild goose chase to go find the thing that he already had. Great. I'm so annoyed with this guy now.
Well, since I haven't been invited, I'll stay in the car.
Do you remember what happened last time you left in the car?
Well, I've not been invited, so I don't want to go.
So you want to sit there in case he goes to take you to hell?
Well, I don't want to be with I don't want to go and visit somebody that doesn't want me.
You know what happened?
Marie, stop it.
But he's being rude.
Stop.
Fine.
Good job.
I still think the car's better. Oh no, I could look at the pretty dancing people.
There you go.
Of course, yes. It is at the club, isn't it? Yeah. Yes, you can go and do that.
That's
Yep.
all we need. A pubescent teen running around the Succubus Club.
I'm 10, so I'm cute.
Not even. Yeah.
To be frank, she's not the only one. When you went to the Primogen, there was a certain... One of the Primogen was a sort of young... and not
I
much...
get to play up being cute and little, and then they'll be like, "Oh, why is there a small child here? They're so cute."
Yes, until they bite them. Until you bite them.
Even babies bite. It's fine.
They don't take fingers off.
You've not met the same
well.
babies as me then.
Let's not leave the Primogen waiting here.
Yep. Oh,
Oh man. Are you sure you want to stay in the car though, Marie? I think.
No, I'll
Probably.
go and I'll hang out in the little lobby bit of the club or something. Because if I'm in the car, I'll get taken to hell apparently. So.
you might still... It might be better if they can keep an eye on you if someone's taking you to hell. Considering if the place is busy.
That's fine. I'll hang out with the bouncer.
Yeah. That'll work.
I'll show him my dolls and have them talk to him. You can meet my mum.
Yes. Right, so you go to the Sucket Club. Okay, yep. Okay, so Marie will be in the lobby most of the time. We'll miss most of this, but you can listen to it if you want to do. You will be also be the first one to notice that Mr. Jackson will appear at some point into the club with his usual entourage and go upstairs before these guys will notice. Okay, you guys go. You go up to. Do you look round for him? In the do you go up to the VIP area?
That seems the most logical place. Yeah.
Yeah. Same gentleman, middle-aged gentleman you saw before is sitting. Someone's sort of waves his hand and sort of motions for you to sit.
All right.
Ah, I'm glad you have appeared, as I found a letter for you. You left with the wolf pack. And he sort of draws the letter out. There we are.
Thank you. I will claim it from him.
The wolf pack sends their apologies that they took your letter, but they were distracted at the time. Unfortunately, they wouldn't tell me why. It should make things easier for you. And at this point, he sort of looks up behind you, and there seems to be someone a sort of approaching, or a group of people approaching. You sense that someone's behind you.
I will.
I'll look over my shoulder.
And it's Mr. Jackson again, the big black guy.
God.
Yep. And he says, I want a word with these people now. At which point Carrick will stand and directly say to Jackson, I am not finished my discussion with them yet. When I have finished, you can talk to them. And not before. He looks, before you say anything, Mr. Jackson, remember Remember the fact, anyone who's going for Prince needs the backing of the elders within the Primogen. If you're watching Jackson, he looks very, you say, he almost angers, looks very, was it, if there were daggers, he's looking daggers at Khalid. And he does back up and wait. And Khalid sits down. I am sorry about that. Mr. Jackson sometimes can be rude and abrupt. He needs to learn that the elders of this city hold a lot of influence. Well, I believe that concludes our business. I wish you both well, Mr. Was it Bell and Mr. Drake, for your future.
I would like to ask a question. Why were we sent towards the library in the out of town? When we got there, we were assaulted by werewolves.
Ah, I did get a little ruse by the wolf pack, I'm afraid.
Surely someone
they told me, how you say, after the fact.
So I just hold up the letter and say, well, we got the letter in the end, so we'll just call it a wash, won't we?
I did. I will. Was it admonish the wolf pack for putting how you say, such potential into, was it, jeopardy? It was a little how you say, immature.
That was not just our lives.
They're quite young.
It's not that they're young. They are, how you say, love of trouble and causing it. For Archons... Go on.
I was saying that it wasn't just our lives at stake, it was a potential diplomatic incident.
Yeah, it could have been interesting. As you now know, we have a cordon of werewolves.
Yes, we understand that now.
So do we, much to our annoyance. Oh, before you go, I would be very careful talking to Mr. Jackson. He has a temper and an arrogance which can be very dangerous.
We've seen that too.
Good. I wish you luck, gentlemen, with Mr. Jackson. He seems very keen to talk to you for some reason.
I guess we'll find out.
Yep.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. And if I remember rightly, a favour was owed, but considering that you have been unjustly put in danger, I will waive the favour.
I just nod back at him.
He nods back. After all, it's only fair. And do you walk towards Jackson, or do you walk as if you're leaving?
Okay, so I guess if Khalid is not getting up to leave, then yes, we'll get up and walk towards Jackson.
Yep. He stands in front of his entourage, and he waits until you get some distance away, and he says, "I'm a busy man. I will get straight to the point. You were seen talking to the Russians 2 nights ago. This is a warning. If I find out that you are working with them against me, I will eliminate you. So you've been warned." And he sort of turns and walks off.
Consider us warned, then.
Just turns and, you know what, they black guys do, just as it sucks his...
Your teeth.
Yeah. And just as it walks off with his entourage. And you
Wow. That is... No offence to you. Just after he's out, he's almost out of his shot. Just let's test him and go, wow, he really makes your clan look quite bad.
And you smell a familiar perfume.
Oh no! I thought we were gonna get out of the club without having to deal with
And a familiar female voice says, I see you've been making friends of questionable nature. You seem to attract some unwanted attention from those who think they are very powerful. She sort of smiles and walks off. Oh, you're...
Yes, we do.
Oh, yes, so you better deal with the little girl at the door. She is driving one of my, bouncers demented at the moment.
Oh dear.
Oh no. Let's go see what trouble she's gotten herself into. Or us into.
She's basically cornered the guy with the dollies in the same corner who's looking very upset at the moment.
What have you done?
I didn't do anything. I just introduced him to Mum, and they had a nice chat, that's all. It's not my fault he's insane.
Oh, actually... Oh, God. Before we get out of the VIP area, I think we should mention to Khalid that we might have some interesting information for his his clanmate, Archon.
Oh, interesting. You want to talk to him? I'll see. I can pass the information on. See if he wants to see you.
Well, at his earliest convenience, of course.
Of course, as always with an Archon. If you ever get to those delicious heights, you will find out too.
One day.
Indeed, a matter of surviving to that day. Yep.
Are we going to get out of here now in one piece?
Yeah. Let's go back to Marie.
Yep. Right, that one won't occur because that seems pointless now. As you go down the stairs, you actually... They both look really out of place in the bar. One looks very scruffy, very rough, and the other one is in a suit. One looks like Master Portendorfer, and the other one looks like the German. And they are both in very deep discussion. If anything, it looks a little heated. And they're in the middle of the dance floor.
I think we're about to see some sparks go off.
Yeah.
Are you going to walk and leave them to it?
This is an
Should we get
Elysium, isn't it?
It is an Elysium. Yeah.
So they're not going to cause any trouble.
We don't know that.
Yeah.
The mage isn't bound by such rules, remember?
Yeah. I think we kind of need to maybe stop it a bit.
All right. Let's go. Gentlemen.
Portendorfer sees you and sort of literally walks into the crowd. You lose him.
Skip up to them.
Yeah, he literally manages to. You lose him very quickly in the crowd. And the mad German looks down at you. You lot. He seems very angry. Very close to frenzy. He's speaking in a mixture of English, German, and gibberish.
As I only speak American, I can't tell the difference.
Yeah. You hear the name Mr. Portendorfer. The word asshole.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
He sort of sits there and he's sort of now spouting in German at you. He's sort of got his arm on your shoulder, on John's shoulder. Is it James's shoulder? Sort of poking his hand and saying something in German. It's a little difficult to get. What you gather is it's something to do with about he's angry about something. And sort of walks.
Maybe if we go somewhere more quiet, you can talk to us and maybe we'll be able to help you.
Nine.
No, we're not calling the police.
9. As he sort of walks off. Sort of as he goes past Marie, taps her on the head. And then wanders off.
Does tap or pat?
Pat.
Okay, that's fine.
He's not going to hit her one.
Yeah, that's why I'm asking the question, because that would probably cause me to frenzy.
No.
No one beats up my
Well,
lips,
let's
no one beats up my Malkavian. Me.
Yeah, he sort of goes out. He's sort of pushing people out of the way.
Can I try and get in front of him, not to block his path, but to kind of make his way of getting out easier? Because otherwise he might, in his current state, kind of get tipped over the edge. So I'm going to kind of get in front of him to kind of make his life easier, just in case.
Oh yeah, he goes out. And yeah, he sort of as it screams at the club in German and rants and raves at it. The bouncers sort of watching him. And then
we
he just...
We didn't succeed in...
No, he's just ranting and raving. And then he just sort of turns and disappears into the night. Every few hours you hear a howl.
This place is getting weirder and weirder.
Well, we didn't stop a scene per se, but we stopped a potential masquerade breach, at least.
Oh yeah, definitely.
You're good.
Yeah. Are you going to leave the club?
Yes. Before anything else happens to us.
Right, what's good? That's it. Yes. Are you? Where are you going? Are you going back to your hotel, or are you going back to?
Well, we've done a bit of hunting. This is a different night, isn't it?
Yes.
So,
New night, yeah.
where do we want to go tonight?
Are you just going to be wandering around aimlessly for the first part?
For once we kind of don't have a plan of action.
Yep. As you wander around, you see some familiar figures of the Russians,
Oh god, here we go.
Oh boy.
of the werewolves. Their leader walks up to you, how you say, much like the werewolf did yesterday, as if he's got his hackles up for some reason. And he basically says in a very loud voice, "I don't like being played. I don't like being played as you've been seen talking to that certain beep in the succubus club. a certain leader of the Bloods in Cabrini Green. So what's your business with him?
Well, apparently he doesn't like you, and you have been getting us in trouble because we've been talking to you with him. As far as you can see, you two have massive beef with each other, and he is kind of stepping on our turf where we're making deals with you, and we're working, and we're having an amicable thing, and then because he comes to talk to us, you're having a trouble with us. Therefore, you're letting him get the better of you. We don't play those type of games.
Them's fighting words.
He makes a very...
What do you think I am? Some sort of...
He growls.
Blue blood. Don't.
He growls.
Don't. I'm not in the mood. We have an amicable arrangement. We're not trying to break it. So don't make this about anything else.
He sits there and he stares at you.
I'm just going to look at him. I'm not giving him the evil eye. I'm just staring at him, waiting for him to calm down.
We don't have any kind of arrangement with Jackson.
He sort of backs off. He points at you. If you betray us to that beep, we'll find you and we will kill you.
Okay.
I know.
And
I'm actually going to step closer to him at that point, because he stepped back, and say, if you're going to accuse us of something, and therefore you need proof. If you've got proof, show it. If not, let us live up to our word. And stop letting him play you.
he sort of stands there. As I said, if you betray us, we'll kill you. And we know you sleep in the day. If you don't betray us, fine.
I have no intention of doing that. And I don't like the fact that you think I would. If I'm coming after you, and they'll never come after you, because I'll be in front of you with a fucking gun.
Alright, James, that's enough.
He laughed.
Be nice.
I don't say anything bad about your honour. Don't say anything bad about mine. So, am I clear?
Crystal.
Good.
As long as we understand each other.
I think we
And
do.
I'll step back. Now, I'm sorry if you've hurt, and I'll step back and then kind of calm myself down and say, sorry if this has put you in a bad mood, but we've got nothing to do with that upstart. Don't even like the fucker. And then I'll just turn and start to head towards the car.
Yep, he'll turn and head towards his group. He'll turn his back to you.
Yep, that's a good sign. I'd say that's a good sign.
Alright. So back in the car. Alright,
Nobody died.
that's a win.
Nobody died, and we didn't accidentally start a war. So we're getting better.
That fucking Jackson. What is it with him? He is just...
You were warned! You now know who's been fighting now.
There are 3 Ventru contending for Prince here, and I don't like any of them.
Well, we've only met one of them, haven't we?
You met
we met
two.
Have we met Ballard?
Yes.
Yeah, but he wasn't bad. We didn't meet him in a way that actually upset me. I mean, he was cordial at least. I mean, but that Jackson, he just seems to have got some sort of, I don't know, something has definitely lodged its place right up his rear end.
Yeah.
I mean, if he wasn't like someone powerful, I'd possibly shoot him.
I think it's just going to get entertaining at the end. Yep.
In my day, we'd have just lynched him and it'd been all sorted.
Yeah.
Live in your day now, do we?
No, we don't.
Exactly. Gotta be nice to people. The fact that I'm the one telling you this should point out how fucked up this situation is.
Hmm. Yep. You get into the car, and where are you going to drive?
I'm starting to think, Philip, that this idea of coming to this city may not have been our best plan.
Yeah, but then you
Beginning
wouldn't
to,
let me, and I'm really cool.
That is a fair point.
Mm-hmm. I think
Well, there was no upward mobility in San Francisco, and there are plenty of ways to carve out a place for ourselves here, but it's going to get bloody before the end of it, I can tell.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Are you going to drive around to calm down, or are you just...
Yes, definitely. My character's
Yeah,
kind of on
we're
the verge of...
on the road. Yeah, yeah. Philip's just kind of driving aimlessly right now.
As you drive, it's downtown. You start... Marie starts to feel a bit jumpy for some reason. And as you go past, you notice there's people arguing. Cats fighting. There's a brawl outside a pub. Mass brawl outside a bar. And as you go to where you think is an intersection, you start to see there's a night bus which is crashed. And there's a whole load of cars, there's taxis and cars sort of crashed. Guys are out having arguments. Some of them in full fight over their cars. There's the guys that sit there sizing each other, making a lot of noise and doing nothing. As you go to the intersection, the whole intersection looks in chaos. And your favourite chap sits in the middle, cross-legged, generally smiling at what's happening around him.
I'm starting to think I am under the influence of that thing. That explains why I'm in bad mood.
I think that's why everybody's been in a bad mood tonight.
He's just looking. He sort of spies your car, stands up, and starts walking towards you.
I shall get out. Woosa.
He'll smile at you, and he will fade. And
That trick is starting to get old.
And a voice from behind you, a very familiar voice of an old gentleman called Mr. Portendorfer, or Master Portendorfer, will say, "Oops, that really makes life interesting for everyone here in this city. You have a marauder wandering around, spreading their own chaos and paradox wherever they go." And he steps.
Surely we can funnel him somewhere else.
He laughs. You're going to have to find a mage to help you. A cooperative one. And he sort of opens the portal and steps back into it.
Let me just find my Rolodex under M for wizard.
I don't think that's where wizard goes. I think wizard would be under W, not M. Mage might be under M, but not W.
It's close enough, isn't it?
Yep, I think at that point, we're in the middle of the chaos with Mr. Portendorfer done. I'll actually call it a day. Because I think you've had more than enough issues tonight to keep you going for the next God knows how long.
Right, new plan. We find ourselves a Tremere. Lock
Do
him
we
up.
know any Tremere?
I'm sure we can find one. There's plenty. What we do is we get a Tremere, we lock him up, and we use him to poke him towards the thing. Say, do your wizard stuff. That's the new plan.
You know,
There's one area that we're decidedly lacking in is any occult knowledge.
it's finding a tame was it a Tremere who will cooperate without stabbing you in the back. They're not noted for being too friendly.
As long as they're getting something out of it, they won't betray you.
This is true.
It's kind of like all kindred.
Yes, you got away with you got the apology with you don't owe. Let's see. You don't owe a favour to Khalid.
Yep.
So that's one thing as an apology. So you did well out of that one.
Yep. All we need now to do is just stake and leave out to the sun one saying Kevin Jackson.
You're going to have it in for Mr. Jackson, aren't you?
Oh yeah, my character has definitely got a distinct dislike for the, I would say gentleman, but he's not one.
No. I don't think most was
Blue
it.
really didn't pick a very good one.
Well, he picked him for a reason. But,
Yeah.
yeah.
I've been really poor pickings at that time of year.
Oh god.
That's the third.
I don't think you've seen many of the Ventru. I don't think there's any Ventru on the. That's right. There's no Ventru on the Primogen.
They don't need it. They've
Yeah,
got
that's
3 potato
strange.
princes.
They've actually had a number of princes. True. And yes, I think you know. I think you know that the other one. One of the other ones is who was it? It was Capone. I think it said they are two of the main rivals.
Yeah.
Mr. Capone.
I'm now running my game of New York.
Oh.
And